Yes, I know, don't worry, don't panic, the trams. Yes, don't worry, don't panic, the trams are coming back to Blackpool. I know a few people had messaged me and I was just doing a little bit of digging in the background because I also was under the impression that they were axing the heritage trams of Blackpool, something that's been here longer than Blackpool Tower. The trams, like Paul Galley would say, part of the seaside DNA.
Yes, these trams are intrinsically part of Blackpool. They're in our DNA. They're older than the tower, some of the piers. Without the trams, there would be no Blackpool. And what we're doing very much links to really what I said at the start, that this is about taking the past into the future and supporting that future to give Blackpool something that makes us globally unique, a globally unique city, a global coastal city. And these trams, this Heritage Tram Centre will do just that.
And I love the Blackpool trams. As you should know by now, I've got family history rooted in Blackpool Transport, and hearing the news that the trams were to be removed off the tracks because of certain technical conditions, not issues, but something that they had to do to bring them up to modern day spec, worried me, because obviously of money, because they're trying to raise money to keep the trams going in any other plethora manner that they could do. But no doubt it was a difficult decision for them to make, to take the trams off the track. But a recent revelation that Jane has explained to us, that the trams, the heritage trams, will be coming back. Yes, according to Jane, when she spoke to the BBC, she said she had made a difficult decision to suspend the operation and apologised for the disappointment and inconvenience this has caused to the passengers, but it was the right decision to make at the time. Recently, we have been able to run the heritage trams out of Stargate Depot, which does not interfere with the ongoing works at Rigby Road, and that's where the heritage trams are generally based. We are considering how this could provide a solution to some of the challenges we are currently facing. She also clarified that the tram suspension would not affect plans for the Trams Museum at the former Rigby Road tram shed.
That vision will be a heritage tram centre. It will be designed in such a way as to allow the current engineering works to continue, which means we can maintain, rebuild and create new old trams, as it were, new illuminated trams. We can also store them, stable them, and crucially have a space that gives us a sustainable income. So there'll be some retail experiences here, some cafes and so forth, all part of something that gives us this big attraction that will not only regenerate and support the trams, it will crucially support and regenerate this wider area of this part of Blackpool and Blackpool itself.
She said it highlights the importance of bringing our vision to life to preserve Blackpool's heritage. According to Blackpool Transport, it issued a statement over the weekend to say that operating the trams alongside the town's modern fleet had become increasingly challenging, with their safety and routine upkeep being a concern. And this announcement came after a petition was launched to reinstate the trams, and a local MP had joined the campaign. The announcement prompted a backlash on social media, and Blackpool South MP Chris Rebb had also joined in to protect the tram's future. Yes, Jane Cole, we are so grateful that you've clarified that, and it's nice to know that the Blackpool trams will be coming back. We need them. We really do need them. Now, don't disappear, we've got extra little bits coming up in this week's kind of a rail roundup. Nothing too heavy, obviously it's getting towards the Christmas season. Briefly, if you've not seen my Storm Chase video when I was chasing Storm Dara, the link in the description area down below, or just type in Storm Chaser Nodrog. It was a phenomenal experience. I'm not going to say too much, but if you love the little sort of weather and the gales and things, that is in the playlist definitely down below for you. Also as well, if you want to join the channel for little as £1 a month, that would be really good. to try and keep the channel going. As you know, it does cost these days. Nothing is for free. And all the Patreon supporters throughout all the channels, whether you're a member or Patreon, I can't thank you enough this year for your continued support, because it does help. Even just by £1 a month, I mean, that's what, £12 over a year goes towards the fuel and the time and the costs of making these videos, whether it's the rail roundups, railway adventures, or the storm chasing, or of course my exploration or slightly paranormal ones as well. It all does go towards the channel. Nothing is spelled anywhere else. So please sign up. Link in the description area down below, and let's make 2025 the year where the Nodrog channels go in that direction rather than that, as they've been doing for quite a while. As usual, now and again, I like to, that's an oxymoron, I suppose, have a look on the socials to see what others have been getting up to. I'm a big advocate for heritage, like with the trams, especially when it comes to heritage of our railways, the infrastructure more so. I love the infrastructure, stations and viaducts, things like that. The trains are just the little cherries on top that make it that extra little bit special. But there are little bits knocking around on your railway community that people put on there on the Facebook page. Please, by all means, go and join us on there. Also, little bits that come through my feed. We've got one Ribble Rail Advent picture day 7 opening up. That's really cool, because then it's Christmas and you're doing all the pictures there for Advent. I really do appreciate that. Again, any of these socials that I've been checking out, I mean, just go and type them into the Facebook or on the internet to find them. National Wagon Preservation say that 1 year ago today, 66165 shunts, 8 CDAs belonging to the National Wagon Preservation Group, and the one for the CDA 375030 Preservation Group into Par Harbour, ready for onward road transport. I like that. Not only have you got the seaside in the background, you've got some old buildings. I wonder if that's abandoned. I'd love to get in there. A great viaduct, 66 modern, and obviously the preservation with the wagons there. You can't go wrong with that. And you can't go wrong with Intercity Rail. They've put on a 70010 working the 6G65 Earls Walsall cement scene at Elford. Back in November. It's actually a really good picture, that, with the VTGs in the background. Thank you. This is brilliant. As regards to Storm Dara that we had, of course, New Junction, they come up on my feed quite often. They're talking about stormy weather. That's about, it looks like there's the Orange Army down there, not with trampolines this time, but with wheelie bins that have stopped. Is that a Black 5? I'm not good with kettles. Please comment in the description area down below. This is brilliant. I can't really translate it too much, but we obviously complain a lot in this country about the weather, and we do often wonder how they manage in Finland and maybe Poland and other places around the continent. They all seem to manage really, really well. Maybe things are different here. We've got different snow here, haven't we? I like this picture of a loco there with some carriages in the background. I'm not too sure where those carriages belong to. Again, if you know whereabouts that is, comment in the comment section area down below, should I say, rather. British Steam Locomotive, they've got an LMS Black 5 44871 at Grosmount Sheds, North Yorkshire Moors. I like atmospheric, distant style photographs. It's not all just about the locomotives themselves, is it? It's about everything else that's around it that completes the picture. Andrew, thank you. Always posting news and little tidbits on the Your Railway Community Facebook page. He wants to know about the 8300 trains to be built at Newton Aircliffe Hitachi train plant, which is the if I'm right, is it the Hitachi 803s? I think the Lumos have got them. Again, please comment in the description area down below. They're a type of electrical multiple unit which is built by the Japanese rolling stock manufacturer Hitachi Rail. They are electric or hybrid express style electric diesel powered trains. They can do 140 miles an hour, and the typical length of these Hitachi rails are 24 to 26 meters long. The Hitachi rail, just looking on here, actually, yes, the 803s, the 810s, 805s and 807s. Bridgenorth Station, which is the Severn Valley SVR, isn't Severn Valley Railway, are preparing for our second weekend. They did this 4 days ago. Enchanted Express steam trains. There is a tank engine that's chuffing its way along those damp rails, which is typical of this time of year. I do like this one, the Chiltern Chariot at the Dunstable end of the old line, which was taken in 1987. This is off UK Rail Tours, their official one. That is a really good picture, and it's the right colour for it, I think, for the period as well. 5 years ago, Laurie Anderson, I got another C173 going after 73-202 had burnt up some of its control wiring and let all of the magic smoke out to the field camshaft motor. 5810 was the only 455 to have its own Facebook page, Special Traction at the Lane. Close to my heart, visited them not long ago, the Deltic Preservation Society. I was banging the drum for them, try and get them some recognition and some help. I believe some donations have come through, so that's my job done. But by all means, again, please see in the link in the description area down below or up above to go and watch that video. The Roundhouse one should be coming out this week or next week, but they've put happy birthday to the Royal Highland Fusilier, which is 550119. 63rd birthday. They're wanting you to share memories, and don't forget that 19 is working at the Great Central Railway on the 28th of December. We would love to see you there. In theory, I think I am going to be there at the Great Central Railway on the 28th of December. It'd be great for you to come along. I've said it in many videos and rail roundups before. Please go and support your heritage railway. Even if you just go in there to buy a pie and stand on the side to watch the trains or have a wander around the museum. You don't necessarily have to go bashing on the trains, although it is quite good fun. But even if you just do the slightest, smallest of things, or take your children along to educate them and show them what the railway heritage has to offer. It's so rich and vibrant in this country, something we should be very proud of. And this is definitely an event that I will be going to. Tinsley Traction Maintenance Depot, Craig Dunn has posted this one, a real oldie for him, 76033 Tinsley. Open day in front of the service shed back in 1980. I think in the background there is at it's a 37. I can just see it appearing in the distance there. I think the 76s, didn't they used to do the runs, or they 73s, from Morecambe to Leeds way back in the day? Again, if you know, please comment in the section area down below. Preserve Rail Cars, Bruce Pollard has done this one. Exciting times, outshopped class 107, 52, 031 and 05 recently arrived at Runnington from Nemesis. The test runs along the full line prior to the resumption of passenger services that weekend. Probably the first ever 107 to operate in Nottinghamshire and Leicestershire, I believe. I love the colours of that. It's got the whiskers at the front, and they've done a cracking job. Again, heritage all day long. Super proud of what everyone does in this country, and I can't honestly bang the drum enough for you to get out there and support the heritage. Right, Phil. Where's Phil? Let's do a Where's Phil at this stage. So he's a Northern Guard. He travels the rails, often taking photographs. I have invited him to come along on the 28th, by the way, because I think he was gutted that he couldn't come to the Deltic Preservation Society. So Phil, you're more than welcome to come along on the 28th. But he's taking pictures of his travels on the rails, and it's your job to try and find out where he's at. Yep, completely different order. Let's find out what you've been getting on and off. I know you've been getting up to on and off the rails, rather. How many years I've been saying this? With a your turn.
कमाल की विस्लिंग है जनाब। 9038
Great to see good content on the Your Railway Community Facebook page, which I obviously use for your turn. But I must stress, you might be able to get away with it in certain countries. Pakistani train lover just showed there. There were some people still on the tracks. You can't do it in this country. You know this, but I have to say this because if a train doesn't get you, I'm sure British Transport Police will. Please do not stand on any rail lines at all, full stop, if you can help it, regardless where you're going, because knowing our luck, it'll be over within seconds. There's not much content going on at the moment because it obviously is coming towards the end of the season. What would be interesting for you guys to do, if you go to the Heritage Railways, to take photographs of the Santa specials or anything that's wintry and post it on the Your Railway Community Facebook page for us to all have a gander and share out. Some of the locomotives get done up really nice, don't they? And look really, really pretty for the season. So that'd be great if you could share it on there. I'm going to finish off now with a photo of the show, and I'm going to scan through the Your Railway Community Facebook page, and I'm simply just going to have a look at a picture that captures my attention. And you know what? I think Sarah Hodgkinson, that can be your picture of 93001. She's put down, it pauses on P11 at Crewe, Platform 11, ready for its first mainline loaded test run working the 5 Quebec 06 Crewe South Yard to Carlisle. That is a fantastic, you've definitely photoshopped that, but I think you've done it some justice, and it's even got some bits and bobs hanging back in the background. I think, I know it says Crewe to Carlisle, but they look a little bit Wales. Is that Transport for Wales in the background? Not too sure. Again, please comment section down below. But that's a nice modern class 93 locomotive, which we will be seeing more of those on the rails as the months progress. Thank you to everyone who does support the channel. Like I said before, the Patreon and the membership supporters. It's not the end. It might be the end of the year, but it's certainly not the end of the rail roundups and the rail adventures and all the other channels that come along. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, ta-ra.